Hi viewers, in today's channel segment Optics for Optometry Students, we are going to discuss in detail about visual acuity and its classification. Visual acuity is the resolving power of the eye. It is the ability to see two separate objects as separate. That is, when you present 2 points or objects to the eye, it should be able to see the objects or 2 points as two. It can also be told like ability of the eye to see a gap between two things. Before knowing what is visual acuity, we should know the clinical use of it. Visual acuity is used in routine clinical practice. When a patient enters an optometry clinic, the first test after history taking is visual acuity. It is used to quantify the eye's ability to resolve varying letter sizes. For example, when a patient enters a general clinic with fever, what will the doctor do to check how much fever he has? He will check the patient's temperature. Likewise, when a patient comes to an optometry clinic saying that he is unable to see, how will you know how much is his vision? By testing his visual acuity. Next is to check whether the person has refractive error like myopia, hyperopia, and to give correction for the refractive error like spectacles or contact lenses, we need to test their visual acuity first. Next, when the patient is diagnosed to have cataract or glaucoma, or if he had a trauma, to quantify how much vision is lost due to the disease, visual acuity is required. Visual acuity classification. Visual acuity is classified as minimum distinguishable or minimum visible, minimum separable, minimum cognizable or legible. So let us see each one in detail. Minimum visible, otherwise called detection acuity. It is the ability of the eye to distinguish an object from the background. It is the presence or absence of a test stimulus. That is, it is just to detect whether the test object is present or not. Example for this is Cardiff acuity cards. When very small children who are unable to respond to us come to our clinic, what do? We show them Cardiff cards with pictures in it. The pictures will have very less contrast from the background. The children whose vision is good look at the pictures, while other children who do not have good vision do not show any reaction. In this, the shapes have very less contrast from the background. The aim of the test is to see whether the patient is able to detect the symbols or not, like square, triangle, and a line. So, if the patient is able to detect these symbols from the background, their visual acuity is good. Next is minimum separable, otherwise called discrimination. It is the ability to see the separation of points. That is, ability to determine that a group of points or lines are separate and distinct. When the eye is presented with 2 points or lines, it should be able to resolve and see the points as two and not as a single point. Example for this is gratings. Optometrists use gratings to test minimum separable acuity. Vernier acuity is a special case of minimum separable acuity. Vernier acuity is the ability to distinguish between two lines placed end to end with one of them laterally displaced. This will be dealt in detail in another session. So the next is minimum legible. This is further divided into form sense and true minimum legible. Let us see each one in detail. Form sense, otherwise called recognition. Patients just have to recognize the orientation of symbol. It tests the ability to pick a particular symbol out of a group of symbols. Example for this is Land.C and Tumbling E. This is Land.C chart. When a patient is illiterate or children who are unable to read comes to our clinic, we test their acuity by using Land.C chart or Tumbling E chart. They just have to recognize the orientation of the 3 lines in case of Tumbling E chart, or they have to recognize the orientation of the gap in case of land.c chart. Next is true minimum legible. True minimum legible is the identification of complex symbols like letters, numerals, etc. Example of this is Snellen chart and Logma chart. Snellen chart is the visual acuity chart which we usually use in all our clinics. Logma chart, this is Logma chart. This chart will be used mostly for research purposes. We will be dealing with each of these charts in separate sessions. We have come to the end of this session. In next session, we will be discussing on minimum angle of resolution. To get the videos instantly, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.